And I want to be able to connect with that higher self. So hello, higher self. Come forward. Tell me, are you male or female? Or neither?
Neither.
You're neither. So are you just energy?
Yeah, I'm a ball.
You're an energy ball? Very good. So what I'd like to know is, have you had many lives with my client, or is this the first one?
48.
48 lives? And what's the purpose of you working together? What is it you're working on?
To help people.
To help people. So how is he going to help people then? Give us a little detail. Is he going to sing to them? Is he going to write to them? What's he going to do? He's going to help them by what? Sorry? By showing them. So he's going to demonstrate as a leader, as a coach. Very good. Well, inner self, I'd like to be able to do a body scan of my client now. So as you're there, I want to start at the top of the head, and I want you to imagine just a golden light going through the body, a bit like an X-ray. And all I want you to do is to remember any subtle changes in the body where the energy is, so that we can raise that energy and just find out what's going on in that area. So when you're ready, just start at the scalp now. Going into the scalp, just feeling your way round, down that forehead, just softening that brow. Going round the back of the eyes. Very good, nice and steady. Down the cheekbones, down to the jaw, allowing your jaw to drop so loose and heavy. Down to the throat and the shoulders and the torso. Into that heart area. And now into that tummy area, and all the way down the thighs and the knees and the shins, to the ankles, to the tips of the toes, and all the way back. So energy, is there anywhere we can work today in that body?
My leg.
Your leg, is that the left or the right?
The left leg.
The left. Well, energy, what I want you to do is I want you to make yourself as small as a cell, and I want you to travel down to that part of the leg. Just feel yourself now travelling down to that part of the leg as I talk to you, until you can sense that you're down there. And now as you're travelling through all those veins and muscles, tell me, what's the feeling there? Baking? It's aching. Is this from this life, or is it from a previous life?
This life.
This life. So I want you to go back to the very first time that this started. So follow the sound of my voice travelling down to when this leg first became injured. Drifting down and down. How old were you? 18. What happened to you at 18 years old? A bike accident? And what symptoms does it cause my client?
Broken.
Oh, he broke it? So what I'd like you to do now, as the super energy that you are, I want you to go into that area, into the left leg, and I want you to find that line where it was broken. Just keep travelling. Have you found that line now? Just keep travelling around the leg until you can connect with the injured part of that broken leg there. Have you got it now? So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call on Archangel Michael to come and work with us. And I'd like him to be present, and I want him to place his sword of light on that leg. And I want him to activate his blue sword of light and feel that blue spiritual energy now going into that leg. Just feel that wonderful blue liquid energy from spirit now. Just surrounding that leg, soothing it, just washing it like the ocean, just soothing and neutralizing all that pain and anger. And see that light now expanding and expanding so it completely heals that bone. Thank you very much. So inner self, now that we've done the leg, have a look in the rest of the body and tell me, is there anywhere else we can work with today, or shall I get to the questions? The questions. So you tell me that he's had several lives. You say he's had 48 lives. Have they all been in protection? Is that one of his contracts? Yeah? I'll just make a note of that. Contracts. Now, one of his questions was about Angus, but we met Angus, and Angus told us that my client here agreed, made a contract with him that he would come down as his guide. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah? So tell me about Angus himself. Was Angus a trans medium? Or is it my client that's a trans medium? Yeah, right. So he's been a trance medium before?
Yeah.
So what country was he in? I want you to connect with that life there now. Just follow the line to that. He was in America.
Poland.
He was in Poland. What year was that when he was in Poland as a trance medium?
1804.
1804. And how was he treated by others?
He was killed.
He was killed? How was he killed? He was stabbed. What I want you to do now is I want you to see that scene just before he was stabbed, and I want you to connect with the person there and tell me, do you know that person in this life that stabbed you in that life? No. Okay. I'll be sure to give him that information. Tell me about his musical connection. He's very interested in music. A harpsichord. He used to play a harpsichord. Was he male or female in that life? So as he always had this talent?
Yeah.
So it's a natural talent.
Yeah.
Very good. He wanted to know if he'd met his partner before, but she came up in one of the lives that we've just gone through. Has he had more than one life with her?
Yeah.
So why are they contracting to keep meeting up? What's the contract? What's the work that they're doing?
To work together.
Oh, to work together. So are they going to work together as healers? I see. And inner self, I want you to connect now with the heart and all the memories of the heart and the out-of-body experience he had. So, did he choose to come down with a hole in the heart, or was this just a malfunction?
It was something that Sammy did.
Something that Sammy did? Who's Sammy?
Somebody.
Oh. So I want you to connect with that somebody now. And describe to me what's going on there.
Pushed.
You were pushed.
Pushed.
Was this when you were in the womb, or was this as another life? Another life. See yourself in that life and tell me, were you male or female?
Female.
You're a female. So what happened in that life? You say you were pushed, and then what happened? Just see the scene unfold, totally detached. He killed you.
They thought I was a witch.
They thought you were a witch. How did they kill you?
Pushed me onto some stakes.
Ah, right. And those stakes went into your heart?
Yeah.
And was that the memory that he came down with as a little baby? Is all that repaired now?
Yeah.
Very good. I want to know about this out-of-body experience he had when he was a young child. What was going on there?
An operation.
He was having an operation, so he just snuck out of the body? Was he able to lift himself out of the body and then just go back in freely as and when he wanted? Yeah? Why didn't he continue using that talent? Pardon?
Frightened.
It frightened him. But now, as an adult, you know that you can use that gift at any time. I'd like to know whether my client is an empath.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that part of his role?
Yeah.
And is he carrying any injuries from past lives in his body at all? No, just that one where he was staked. And I want to ask about his guides. How many guides does he have?
3.
3 guides? Describe these guides to me. What do they look like?
Right. Angus.
Angus, yeah.
White Cloud.
White Cloud,
The little boy.
a little boy. So what strengths in character do they bring to the table for my client? How do they work with him?
They protect him.
Oh, They're there for protection. Thank you, I'll be sure to tell him. And I also want to discuss this blockage that he seems to have, this psychic blockage. Connect with that and explain to me what's going on there.
Understand what they want.
You can't understand what they want. So, how is he going to understand more? Where does he need to open up in his body to be able to make that connection? Open his head. Well, I want you to go to the top of the head now. And I want you to see that chakra there at the top of the head. And just imagine now that you're turning it anti-clockwise very slowly. And see how it's now just turning around like the hands of a clock, going round and round and round. And now I want you to amplify that and spin it faster and faster and faster. And brighter and brighter and brighter. And as you do, any blockages in the head, just watch those fragments flick and just disappear as you go faster, faster, faster. Brighter, brighter, brighter. Until that connection there now is of pure white. And now just allow that energy to reduce itself to its optimum level. Very good. And I want to ask about a connection with water. What's his issue with water? It's a nightmare.